I wonder if there's a study on whether people that are creative actually are on the spectrum. Because let's be honest, every creative I've ever seen, I'm like, y'all gotta be on the spectrum. That's
Yeah.
myself included.
You all got something going on.
Y'all
Here.
got something going on.
Welcome back. This is part 2 of Community and Collaboration. I'm Liv, that's Christina, and this is the podcast where we teach you how to be more creative, how to do more of what you love, because creativity does not need a trust fund.
Spicy, ain't you? You're a little neurospicy.
Yeah. Like that's the thing with me. Like I've not been diagnosed, but I've been peer reviewed. I like to say.
Always peer reviewed, and also they say that like people that have ADHD like to
Well,
like
You just turn around and you go, "Why am I hanging out with all these crazy people? Maybe I'm
am
one of the
I
crazy.
crazy
Am I one of the
too?
crazy people?"
I see dead people.
And this is the hilarious thing. So I did an ADHD assessment. It's a piece of paper
Tony
you fill out.
fam.
Yeah.
I still haven't been able to give it to
I
them.
did it. It's been folded in my room for months.
At least you filled it out.
Months.
At least you
Like I
filled it
lost
out.
it and then found it, and then I've used it as a bookmark, and I think I've used it. We can cut this, but I think I've used it when I was emptying a grind. But God forbid, actually, because I can't be asked to convince them. I feel like we're getting off topic, but I can't be asked to go in and
No,
be like,
I know.
let me convince you why
I
I'm
think
like
that should be the assessment in
mentally
itself.
quirky.
I think that should be the assessment
I'm
itself. If we
weird.
give you an assessment paper and it takes longer than a week to come back, well done. You have ADHD.
The call is coming from inside the house.
Hello.
Okay, let's get on to
Yes.
collaboration.
Collaboration. Just before we get on to collaboration, I just do think it is important that like even if you don't have someone that doesn't support you within the work that you do and stuff, you will always be your number one friend. You be the person that supports you. And then naturally, because you have such belief and love and just, you know,
Like attracts like.
do you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And you will then be able to. I'm so grateful that I've got like my set community of people that like these are my people and they're always speaking life into me. Because sometimes I'll like, I think it was just the other day I was calling Leanne and I was just
Shout out,
having
yeah.
a moment and I was just like, I just don't think I'm working hard enough. She was like,
You
shut the fuck.
mean?
I know, but I get like that. I'm
No,
really
me
hard on
too.
myself.
Me too. And I'm literally dying. Yeah.
I'd be hard on myself. And then she's like, what the do you mean? She's like, you're doing so much.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right. I was like, but it just doesn't feel like I just feel like I could do more. Well, this is the problem. But always have people on your side that just reminds you, just brings you down to earth and reminds you like you're doing enough.
Absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
doing okay. Like calm
Like you
down.
said, it's like people who like see you as you are.
What is it? To be seen is to be loved. I know.
This is all getting me. All getting me a bit emotional, to be honest. Thank God I'm not in the luteal phase. I'd be sobbing.
Oh God, stop. But yes, moving it on to collaboration from finding your community, like myself and Liv finding each other on social media, being creatives. Through that years, it wasn't instantly, but over how many years it's been, we finally
We've
decided
stayed
to
in touch.
collaborate. Yeah.
We would like chat every
We've got
so
Camden.
often.
Sorry to that shop in Camden. We'll return the pineapples whenever we can.
Oh my God, I forgot about. We got a free drink.
We
They forgot to
we
charge
did.
us.
I don't think they forgot to charge us. I think
Were
naturally.
we bringing the vibes? They
we
were
bring
like,
the vibes. They're
damn.
like, you
It was
can
me,
have
you,
it.
and Dan.
Dan was having his rice and prawns, and
Yeah.
that was really
Gluten-free
tasty.
special. Bless his heart.
But yeah, no, like
Dan describes Christina as the most charismatic person he's ever met.
and I will take it. That is a great honor to have. And I know he's not bullshitting. Like
No,
he's a
'cause
very
he doesn't have it in him.
No.
No.
So when she told me he said that, I was like, yeah, that's my
No, like he's such like a foot in mouth person. So an example is his sister got some Botox, but was like keeping it on the lowdown from her parents, which I knew and I told him. And he walks up and goes, "So let me see if your forehead moves then." And I was actually there going, and he's like, and then this is the funny part, when you catch him out and you're like, he goes, "What? What are you talking?" And I'm like, I am
Stop.
literally gonna like, I'm gonna lock you up in the back if you don't fucking act right.
But it's good. You do also need people in your community that will tell you as it is.
Yeah.
Like they are the best type of people ever because they'll just keep it a buck with you.
Not all collaboration is built the same. It is so tempting. This is specifically talking about content creation. It is so tempting when they start offering you free shit to go, just say yes to all of it.
Yeah.
But babe,
Oh, actually, I
some of
need
it's
to.
tat. Sorry.
Sorry, I just realized this is another thing as well.
You just gotta.
I know, it just came to me.
That's all
If you get sent something and it's gifted, you do not have to create content for them. Don't ever let no brand ever make you feel like because they send you a gifted that you have to create content for them. It's not a rule that's said anywhere.
Unless it's you're using, for example, like a website, a UGC website, and that is probably within there.
Oh, I mean, people that
If they're
message
just
you,
DMing
yeah,
you,
they're
yeah.
like, "Oh, we'd love to send you some products." In
Go
no
ahead.
way do you need to, because I get sent things all the time.
Yeah.
If I like it, then I'll create content for it. But if I don't like it, like I got sent this mushroom. I'm not gonna say the name of the brand, but they sent me
do we
like
have to
those
put
mushroom
mushrooms in
coffee.
everything?
It's too much. It's too
They're
much.
trying to put They're like, oh, it's got ashwagandha in it, or
No,
it's
it
got.
doesn't.
And as well, it's like,
They
babe,
sent me a coffee and it was the
we
most.
don't even know
It was
what
a
we're
chocolate
doing.
flavored one, and it was the most bitterest thing I've ever tasted.
I guess it's CBD coffee. That was great.
I
Because
don't
that
mind
like removes the jitter of caffeine,
Oh, wonderful!
which is really nice. So you like feel kind of like ooh, but you're not. I did write out. So if you're ever going to do a collaboration, because I also, should you wish to hear them, I have some tales of mistakes I've made in collaborations in the past. I think some ground rules when you're starting. Know what they want from you. Know this ahead of time.
Yes.
For example, don't let them send you something and then go, here's a script. If you like know ahead of time.
If there was no script before, then
there shouldn't be after. Also, the price and the method of pay, know that ahead of time.
Yes. Because sometimes within this creative industry, invoices, getting them, sending them is a big kerfuffle. And sometimes you can send an invoice and it's like 21 days later, you're still waiting. 28 days later, you're still waiting. Pay me my money. Like, it doesn't need to be that difficult.
It doesn't need to be that difficult.
But some people try to do it. And there was one time, this girl's lucky that we're really good friends. But we were meant to work together and they were meant to send me the money, but basically they ran into some issue. They couldn't pay me, but they already told me that they were going to. Right. And it was this is where I learned with collaborative, make sure that you have everything in a written contract, because if the said person has to back out, there's a fee for it. Because in my head I was like, great, this is going to pay me towards my rent and whatnot. But the person decided to use this example as a teaching moment to be like, oh, just to let you know, like, especially with the creative industry, like sometimes invoices will take later. And I'm like, this is not the time or place to be giving me creative lessons when you fucked up here. You're the one who said you was going to pay me X amount for this service. And now you're telling me that you can't do that because you've run into some financial issues, and not even telling me I had to chase it up. So that taught me when collaborating. It put me down for a bit with collaborating people, but then I was like, I can't let deter me from working. I just now need to make sure that next time I make any type of collaborative thing, we kind of have the written said, like, if we're going to put money towards something, like it's equal, or if they are going to pay me for a service, I don't do all the services that they've like I've already got my deposit, and then because I didn't even get a deposit, so now every time I do any type of work, I ask for half deposit, like most companies do nowadays, just to make sure that I'm being paid for my time. And if they do decide that they can't pay for it anymore,
then you're like,
I've already been like reimbursed a bit for the work that I have done through half a deposit.
Because I had a thing kind of recently with a collaboration that I was doing with a brand where I'd had such a nice history of collaborations that I wasn't super strict or super careful.
Yeah.
Because honestly, most brands you work with are very professional. It's not like you don't have to chase up getting paid. Like most of it is pretty easygoing. You know what you're getting into. And then I kind of applied to make this content, and he was like, yeah, it's for this skincare device. We'll send it to you. And then I was like, okay, what kind of content are you looking for? Just some testimonials, how to. Okay, cool. First of all, he said, after he sent the product, he goes, you're going to need to make it 2 days after it gets there.
2 days?
Submit it. And I'm saying, and this absolutely, oh my gosh, just you wait. And I was like, okay, I can make an exception and do this, but usually I give about 5 days minimum, because I have other things to do. This wasn't particularly, it was on the lower end. He wasn't paying me much at all. And he goes, oh, don't worry, it'll be really quick. It won't take you long.
No, that's not how it works.
Like,
That's not how it works. And
so
also, it's 2 days.
it got worse. It arrives, and I'm like, okay. And he goes, cool, I'll send you the script.
Script?
I was like, and at this point, I'm like, oh God, I fucked it. Because I've just not been taken advantage of in that way before. And I'm like, right, okay, let me look at the script. And to be fair, it's not too bad, but it's like, it's still like bullshit.
You have to learn the
And at
lines
this
and
point, I'm
stuff.
like, okay, I've never had a bad review. And I was like, I don't want a bad review. I did it on Upwork as well. So I wouldn't recommend that just because on more specified UGC platforms, you are a bit more cared for. There's less likely of this happening.
Even in Boba, they give you a week.
Less
7
likely of it
days
happening.
from the moment that you
So
do
they
the
send me a
content.
script and I do that video and it's like I don't feel great about it because I'm like, oh, I'm kind of just talking shit here. And then he's like, brilliant, we want you to do another video. And I'm like, right, okay.
Another
He's
video.
like, for this, yeah, he's like, we'll pay you again. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, so, what was it he said? He was like, I want you, do you have any, could you send us a selfie so we could edit some acne on your face?
Oh, that's crazy.
And I'm like, oh.
You don't even want to be part of something like
But
that.
then he had the fucking nerve of telling me that I didn't know what marketing was or what UGC was, because clearly he's not aware that, like, I'm not a newbie. I've been doing this for a long time. And it was funny because he put in his messages like if you'd worked with a vitamin company, you'd have to talk about the effects of the vitamins. I'm like, I'm glad you brought that up because I just did a campaign for Nutravita where I'm actually not allowed to say that because it's misleading. Like, you're actually not allowed to do that in there. You're not allowed to talk about the effects of the vitamins because it
varies for everyone.
It can be variable. So it's like, you're literally talking out your ass. But he was banking on me being like, oh yeah, I actually don't know. And at that point, I sent a message being like, clearly my version and your version of ethical marketing is different. I have been paid a lot more to do a lot less. I don't want to be a part of this. Plus, I had like really bad hormonal acne for like a year.
Yeah.
I know, like, when you have that, you are so insecure about it. You are looking for anything to fix it.
Yeah.
And they want me to say, this fixed all my acne in a month.
And do you know what? The reality of it isn't, there's no product.
There's no quick fix
that
like
will
that.
do that. It doesn't exist. But capitalism will have you out here believing that these brands will do the instant, like get your teeth cleaned in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Get your face clear in 2 days. And it's like, none of it is. It all is to do with consistency. If you consistently apply this product, then it might alleviate some of like maybe the scarring, or maybe, your teeth might brighten over the days. It will be a gradual thing. But it's really important to take care of yourself with these collaborations. And some of these brands can be very nifty. And one thing I will add in this as well, because I've had a brand reach out to me. I'm not going to name and shame because there's no point to put energy in it. But they were like, we really love your content. We would love to give us your rate cards. And they were like, they sent me the products and stuff like that. They wanted me to create it, some videos around. It was like, those bras that you like, the adhesive bras where like, you tape it up and all that stuff. So they wanted me to do the content. Imagine it took me like, I was doing shows as well. So it took me like 3-4 hours to film it and everything and like that. I did the mistake of sending all the videos but not watermarking it. So then I sent in the videos and stuff, and I was like, oh, like, I've uploaded it, here it goes, like, da 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 da. And then I just wouldn't hear back from them. So I didn't end up getting paid for it. And for a while, I took down the videos on my videos because I was like, I don't want to give them thing. But then I was like, no, you created that content. Like, keep it up. It's your hard work that you did. And I remember speaking to like a social media market manager. They're like, anytime you're working with any type of brand and you want to show them your video, watermark it. You can do it on Canva, or you can do put on
that's so
CapCut,
true.
watermark it so it can be transparent. So if they did want to use it, they wouldn't be able to because your name is all over it. And so
They'd have
if
to
they
get the other
wanted it,
version,
they
yeah.
would have to pay you and then you can be able to. And that's just to kind of look out for yourself. It all happens to us, you know? And it
You
goes
live and you learn. I
Exactly.
mean,
It goes back to our last episode of should you work for free? Sometimes you're kind of forced.
Sometimes they just don't fucking pay you.
They just fuck off
Jesus.
it with your
No, I had that
content.
with one brand who kept being like, "Oh, I don't know. I think I paid you," and I'm like, "Well, I've not got it." And they'd be like, "I'm pretty sure I paid you." And,
What is this?
and in the end, I was like, "It's just not fucking worth it." Do you know what I mean? No, like, I'm actually pretty sure. I don't know.
Show us on your end then. Show it us on your end.
Yeah. And it was just not fucking worth it.
It's not worth it. Then you kind of feel like you're begging
That's
for your
your
money.
karma, not mine.
Yeah, it'll come back to you in multifolds, you know?
Yeah,
But, like,
don't let excitement to collaborate cloud your judgment.
and this is coming from like less on a business collaboration and more like a personal like creators or artists collaboration. Be open to it, but also still kind of same rules. Know exactly what it is, the type of collaboration that you're doing, and communicate very well. Because I think sometimes with lack of communication, collaborations can go very left. I've heard of stories of collaborations not going well because someone did someone wrong, or in the percentages of things. Like I was in a group chat recently that was like meant to be for creatives. The people that were running it, they had like a major percentage of it, but one person who had connection to the socials of the group, they were annoyed because they heard that like the owners of this, the founders of this community was referring to this individual as a worker, as one of the employees. And I think it was an ego thing, but he decided to delete the owners of this community out of their own WhatsApp groups. It was absolutely horrendous. And I hated it because it was like these two young girls, they're like really working hard in the industry. They work in the industry, but they were trying to create this great platform for
Yeah.
people, of creatives to connect with. And this guy came and just deleted them out of all of the chats. And like he was going off and being like, oh yeah, well, me being a worker. And you could just feel like it was an ego thing.
Was it a man?
It's not always a man. No, is it? What's the saying? It's not every man, but it's always a man. And I
Yeah.
just feel like, and I was speaking to the girls because I was like, I initially joined this group because I thought it was great to see these two young girls trying to make a
Yeah.
community for the creatives, because it's very hard within the creative industry to find community. And he literally deleted them off the WhatsApp groups, and then I ended up just deleting myself off. Then he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, Christina." He always texts really weird as well. He's like, "Hey, Christina. Just seen you left the group chat. Is everything okay? What's happened?" And I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't really like what's happened. Like, I don't like drama, and I just think the whole thing and how everything kind of
Pretty
pans
petty,
out
yeah.
is really weird. Like, it just seems like it's not on a basis of like this is meant to be about community, and you doing that is like the complete opposite of that. You've isolated two people that have started something out because you didn't like the way that you was referred to as an employee. You own 15% of the company. You don't, like, you're not majority shareholder. So where would that even come for you to have such
You don't
a
want to be
level of?
around that
So I was just like,
kind of
yeah,
ego.
that's my thing. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I wish you all the best then. And I was like, he was even trying to get me to get you. Every time I post any type of creative, he's like, can you get them to come into the group chat? And I'm like, yeah, is it the premium or the like, because there was a premium and there was a free one. And he was like, the free one. I was like, no, I'm not going to get, I was like, you're asking me as a person who's in the premium one to bring in my friend, but you're going to tell me to put them in the free one rather than premium.
Oh,
that
damn, you're
I'm
going to put me in the
in.
budget group?
I was like, no, no.
Absolutely
So I was like,
not.
so I just ignore him. Why you keep asking me to bring people into the group, but you're not even going to put them through premium because they know me? You obviously know they know
What's the
me.
difference between the premium and the...
Honestly, it started to blend in the same at one point, because it was like the difference is like certain events, like if it's like an Adidas, a free Adidas event or whatnot, they would send that to the premium group, but then the free one wouldn't. But I felt like there was more of a community in the free one than the premium. The
Right.
premium one, not a lot of people spoke, but in the free one, and it just goes to show sometimes with the whole community thing, people would speak more, people would engage with each other's content more and talk to each other more in the free one than
Yeah.
they would in the premium one. And I was like, it's all just pretenses because the ones that were like in the free ones were the ones that actually wanted to like collaborate more and be like, hey, I'm looking to collaborate with this person and this person, you
Yeah.
know? But I wasn't gonna put you in the free group.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Imagine that. Put this worth.
I was like, babes, come on, what is this? But yeah, always be careful with any type of collaborations that you're doing within this industry, whether that be another creator, another artist, another writer, whatever it may be. Always make sure that you have your boundaries within this because a lot of people can take the mick.
Yeah.
And they might take advantage of maybe the position that you are in your career, or maybe the followings that you have. If you don't have a lot of followings or wherever it is, they might be like, oh, great.
Or
They
if
probably
you're
don't
just
know.
like a bit of a pushover, because like
Or a people pleaser.
because like so like Dan, for example, a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, can you draw this for me?" And like he doesn't draw for a living and draw every single day, and like it's that easy that it's just, do you know what I mean? Because as well, like he is usually a bit of a people pleaser, so if he can, he will. But it's like you've also just got out of your way to ask him because you know you can kind of take advantage and get something for free.
Yeah.
But
That's not good.
no.
That's not good. But yeah, that is really it. I guess
Be mindful with your collaborations.
yes.
Be abundant in your community.
Very much so. Give back.
Share, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm sure you won't mind me saying this. When we have had one argument,
Who?
me and you,
When?
we had one argument very early on in our friendship. And I think we were both a bit tired and we just fell out. And during this time,
Oh yeah.
I was approached about a job for Christina because the Gemma Collins thing.
Yes.
So during this time, I was approached about that and being like, "Do you think this person would be interested in it?" And the devil on my shoulder was like, "Oh, this will show her." But really, even through that,
Yeah.
you're someone I care about. You're someone I love.
I
You're
think it was
someone
just a
who I
miscommunication
support.
thing
It
as
absolutely
well,
was. So I was like, "Oh yeah, here's her information."
And do you know what? I didn't actually know it was through you, so thank you.
Oh, didn't you?
It's my first time actually knowing
Oh
that.
yeah, we weren't talking.
We weren't talking, but look at that. She she hooked me up to, and I think you know how much I love Gemma Collins. Did you know?
I
how much?
didn't know that.
She
You
didn't.
know,
I love Gemma Collins. I think
I
Gemma
love Gemma
Collins
Collins.
is like
Yeah.
an absolute
I want to
diva.
play any fucking games.
So when I got this, bear in mind it was like like the night before the shoot. I get a message being like, "Hey, there's we're in a need of a plus size content creator because the models kind of got like not like whatever." And they were like, "Do you have any pictures?" And in this is why I say it's not about luck. It's about being at the right place, at the right person, at the right time, and
Yeah.
being prepared. And at that time, I was really on my Instagram game. I was making sure to get the right photos, and stuff like that. So I sent in a bunch of these photos that I've been like doing for my content. They're like, perfect, great. Can you come tomorrow? And I was like, sure. So I had to go and get like who did I need to? I had to get some of my braids were out, so I had to go to my friends to like redo my braid and stuff so I can be prepared for the next day. She did my makeup in the morning, and then in the morning
You were
went
serving in that
transfer.
shoot.
Thank you very
You
much.
were serving,
And I
yeah.
got to meet the fucking icon Gemma Collins.
I know. I am jealous of that. That is pretty cool.
You thank you. I didn't know that was you.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Well, oh, cute. Yeah.
See, collaboration.
Everybody.
Yeah. And on that note, just stay collaborating, stay communicating with people, and just stay making a community, but a good community. Don't, what is it? Quality over quantity. You don't need a lot of people to make a community. I'm pretty sure more than two people. Was it three is more than a crowd? Three people is even a community.
Yeah, I absolutely, because it is definitely about the value
Yeah.
of those people.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a community of 10 people and 5 of them are arseholes,
That's not really a community.
that's not really a community, babe.
That's a stinky.
That's a stink pile.
Stank pile.
Pile of stink.
Oh, and also I have to add this as well. As creatives, make sure you also lean into your non-creative friends. I think it's very important to have non-creative friends that sometimes take you out of the circle and the loop of being just amongst creatives. Because sometimes as creatives, we can get a lot.
We're a bit of a headache.
We're a bit, you know, and sometimes just coming down to earth to your friends that don't fucking care about did you see what the latest trend is and whatnot, and just be like, do you want to go grab a drink? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to go and just talking about normal stuff sometimes like balance it out, and it just helps you stay sane.
Absolutely.
And that's really it. Well, thank you so much.
And as always, no Nepo Babies here on socials.
Insta, TikTok, YouTube, you know the vibe.
Christinaverse on socials.
Christinaverse _ on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube.
And I'm the Unpoetic Poet, mostly on TikTok, also on Instagram.
Yes, she is.
And some other places. And we love doing this, so please come back and join us. Let's make a delicious community together.
Yes, and if you are a creative, like we say, starting off, or you've been doing this, then come and join this thriving communities of go-getters that are just trying to do their best to create art for the masses, you know?
And also, just because I'm nosy, if you have any collaboration horror stories, please let me know. I would love to read them out, actually. So if you have any collaboration horror stories that you don't mind sharing, please. Thank you so much for stopping by.
And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.